that wants you to join the tour. It's a guy by the name of Jimi Hendrix. He's got this band, the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
We know B.B. King, Jimmy Reed, Albert King, Freddie King, Albert Collins,
Yes.
John Lee Hooker, Muddy Waters, Howlin'. Billy Gibbons, the legendary guitarist from ZZ Top, has established himself as one of the most respected voices in rock and blues music. His distinctive fuzzy guitar tone and unmistakable Texas style helped build ZZ Top into one of the most enduring bands in rock history. Beyond his success as a performer, Gibbons has earned recognition as a true student of guitar history and a passionate collector of vintage instruments. His deep understanding of both the technical and artistic aspects of guitar playing gives his opinions special credibility among musicians and fans alike. When Gibbons shares his thoughts on other guitarists, he speaks from a place of genuine expertise built over decades of playing, studying, and learning directly from some of the greatest blues musicians who ever lived. The list of favorite guitarists that Gibbons compiled reflects his profound roots in blues music and his appreciation for players who brought something unique to their instrument. This was not simply casual conversation or fan enthusiasm, but rather insights drawn from years of careful study and firsthand experience. Throughout his career, Gibbons has had the privilege of performing alongside blues legends and absorbing lessons directly from the masters who shaped the genre. His perspective combines the technical knowledge of a seasoned professional with the reverence of someone who truly understands the historical significance of these artists. Gibbons has often noted that the great blues guitarists have influenced virtually every rock and roll musician who came after them. His choices for favorite players demonstrate his respect for both tradition and innovation in equal measure. When evaluating guitarists, Gibbons prioritizes certain qualities above all others: tone quality, emotional feel, and originality. He gravitates toward players who developed authentic blues feeling and created distinctive guitar voices that could not be replicated. For Gibbons, technical speed and flashy tricks mean nothing without genuine soul and great tone. His list encompasses both pure blues masters and rock innovators who shaped his entire approach to music and helped define his artistic vision. Starting at number 10 on Gibbons's list is Hubert Sumlin, who played guitar for the legendary Howlin' Wolf and developed one of the most distinctive sounds in blues history. Sumlin's playing style was jagged and unexpected, cutting through Wolf's powerful vocals in a way that perfectly complemented the music. Unlike many guitarists who relied on standard blues patterns, Sumlin never played in predictable ways. Gibbons discovered Sumlin's work early in his musical education and studied his unconventional approach with great interest. Sumlin had an unusual approach to key signatures and tunings that added to his unique sound. His guitar parts on Howlin' Wolf's recordings were like sharp knives slicing through the arrangements, creating tension and excitement. His tone was thin but cutting, and he had a remarkable ability to play both rhythm and lead parts simultaneously, filling musical space in creative ways. Gibbons particularly loved how Sumlin made strange note choices that somehow sounded absolutely perfect in context. What made Sumlin truly special was his complete originality within the blues tradition. He played blues music that sounded like nobody else, proving that being unconventional and being great were not mutually exclusive. Sumlin's influence spread throughout both blues and rock music, and his approach taught Gibbons an important lesson about how breaking established rules can create entirely new possibilities. At number 9 is Clarence Gatemouth Brown, a guitarist who mixed blues, country, jazz, and Cajun music into his own unique style. Brown's versatility was truly remarkable, as he could play multiple genres with complete mastery and authenticity. His tone was exceptionally clear and precise. Whether he was playing blues or country music, Gibbons deeply admired Brown's refusal to be confined or limited by any single musical category. Brown played both Fender guitars and fiddle with equal skill throughout his long career. His picking technique was notably clean and fast, showing the influence of both country and jazz traditions. Brown could swing hard or play straight blues with equal feeling and conviction. Gibbons appreciated how Brown never stopped exploring different musical territories and pushing himself into new areas. What separated Brown from many other players was his combination of musical open-mindedness and technical excellence. He mastered virtually everything he attempted musically. Gibbons praised Brown's ability to sound authentic in every style he explored. Brown's Texas roots influenced his eclectic approach to music, and his example showed Gibbons that truly great guitarists never unnecessarily limit themselves or their artistic vision. Jimmy Reed comes in at number 8 on the list. Reed created simple, hypnotic blues that had an enormous influence on rock guitarists around the world. His playing was basic in structure, but incredibly effective and groovy in execution. Reed's guitar work on hits like Big Boss Man featured infectious rhythms that were impossible to resist. Gibbons loved how Reed made simplicity sound deep and powerful. Reed often played rhythm guitar while simultaneously singing and playing harmonica. Demonstrating impressive multitasking ability, his guitar tone was warm with slight distortion, perfectly suited to his laid-back style. Reed never indulged in complicated solos or fast runs. Gibbons noticed how Reed's simple patterns created hypnotic, trance-like feelings in listeners. What made Reed essential was his emphasis on groove and feel over technical ability. He understood fundamentally that blues was about emotional feel rather than flashy playing. Gibbons said Reed proved that less could be more when you possessed a truly great feel. Reed's influence on British blues rock bands was substantial, and his approach taught Gibbons that groove matters more than the number of notes played. Billy Boy Arnold occupies the 7th position on Gibbons's list. Arnold has played both harmonica and guitar in Chicago blues circles since the 1950s. His guitar work skillfully combined rhythm and lead playing in the traditional Chicago style. Arnold worked with Bo Diddley and became a significant influence on the Chicago blues scene. Gibbons discovered Arnold through Chicago blues recordings and live club performances. Arnold's rhythm guitar playing was steady and driving, providing perfect support for his harmonica playing. His tone had the rough and ready quality typical of authentic Chicago blues sound. Arnold understood the importance of staying in the pocket and played with consistently perfect timing. Gibbons appreciated Arnold's complete dedication to authentic Chicago blues tradition. What made Arnold important was his direct connection to blues history and tradition. He had played with legends and helped keep Chicago blues alive and vital. Gibbons praised Arnold's commitment to maintaining real blues feeling above everything else. Arnold's recording successfully captured the authentic blues atmosphere, and his influence helped keep traditional blues alive for new generations of musicians and fans. Elmore James lands at number 6 on the list. James created what became slide guitar's most recognizable sound in blues history. His opening to Dust My Broom became perhaps the most famous slide guitar riff ever recorded. James played his electric guitar with raw power and intense emotion. Gibbons studied James's slide technique obsessively, working to understand the secrets behind his distinctive tone. James's tone was distorted and aggressive in a way that was far ahead of its time sonically. His pioneering use of amplifier distortion influenced rock guitarists for decades after his recordings. James played with incredible intensity and passion on every recording he made. Gibbons loved how James made his slide guitar sound like a screaming human voice. What separated James from other slide players was his electric power and aggressive approach. He took traditional Delta blues and electrified it completely, transforming the genre. Gibbons said James invented the sound that every slide guitarist has chased ever since. Although James died young, he left behind a huge influence on music. His approach showed Gibbons that tone quality is absolutely everything in guitar playing. Lightning Hopkins takes the 5th spot on Gibbons's list. Hopkins represented raw, unpolished Texas blues at its absolute finest. His guitar playing was loose and free, naturally following his vocal phrasing. Hopkins recorded hundreds of songs throughout his career, always playing with complete authenticity. Gibbons considered Hopkins to be the very essence of real Texas blues. Hopkins's playing had a conversational quality, as though his guitar was constantly answering his singing. His tone worked equally well on acoustic or electric guitar, always sounding completely authentic. Hopkins never played to impress anyone or show off his technical skills. Gibbons appreciated how Hopkins played pure feeling without any commercial considerations whatsoever. What made Hopkins irreplaceable was his complete authenticity and musical freedom. He played exactly what he felt every single time he performed. Gibbons praised Hopkins's total honesty and realness in every note he played. Hopkins influenced Texas blues deeply and permanently, and his approach taught Gibbons that authenticity always beats technical perfection. Freddie King comes in at number 4. King brought Texas blues guitar to rock audiences through his powerful electric style. His instrumental hits like Hideaway showcased his aggressive and dynamic playing. King used his fingers instead of picks, which contributed to his distinctive attack and sound. Gibbons studied King's records constantly, working to learn his techniques and understand his tone. King's guitar tone was thick and cutting, perfectly suited to his energetic playing style. His string-bending technique and vibrato became blueprints for blues rock playing. King could play slow blues or fast shuffles with equal power and conviction. Gibbons loved how King combined traditional blues feeling with modern electric energy. What made King essential was how he bridged the gap between blues and rock perfectly. He influenced rock guitarists just as much as he influenced blues players. Gibbons said King demonstrated that blues could rock hard while remaining authentic. King's work influenced Eric Clapton, Mike Bloomfield, and many other important guitarists. His approach gave Gibbons the essential template for blues rock guitar. B.B. King occupies the third position on Gibbons's list. King became blues guitar's most famous voice through his expressive, singing style of playing. His Gibson guitar, which he named Lucille, produced his signature sweet, sustained tone. King's vibrato and string bending technique influenced virtually every blues guitarist who came after him. Gibbons saw King perform many times and studied his musical phrasing deeply. King's playing on songs like The Thrill Is Gone made his guitar speak with emotional power. He never relied on fast runs or showed off speed for its own sake. King focused on expression and feeling above all technical considerations. Gibbons appreciated how King could communicate everything necessary with a minimum number of notes. What made King irreplaceable was his dedication to treating blues as serious art. He successfully brought blues music to worldwide mainstream audiences. Gibbons said King proved that fewer notes played with more feeling always wins over technical complexity. King's influence spans blues, rock, and soul music. His approach showed Gibbons that simplicity combined with soul always beats mere complexity. Muddy Waters comes in at number 2 on the list. Waters electrified Delta blues and essentially created the Chicago blues sound. His guitar playing was powerful and authoritative, providing perfect leadership for his band. Waters' slide guitar work was aggressive and emotional, cutting through recordings with force. Gibbons considered Waters to be the foundation of all electric blues music. Waters' tone was thick and distorted, which was revolutionary for the time period. His rhythm playing drove his band forward with incredible power and swing. Waters played with a confidence and authority that commanded respect from everyone. Gibbons loved how Waters transformed traditional Delta blues into electric urban music. What elevated Waters above many others was his complete artistic vision and natural leadership. He created the Chicago blues template that virtually everyone followed afterward. Gibbons said Waters invented the sound that eventually became rock and roll. Waters influenced rock bands just as much as he influenced blues players. His approach gave Gibbons the foundation for everything he would later accomplish. Taking the top spot at number 1 is Jimmy Page. Gibbons places Page first because he combined deep blues knowledge with rock innovation in a perfect way. Page's work with Led Zeppelin demonstrated complete mastery of guitar artistry. Page did not just play guitar brilliantly, but also produced legendary albums that changed music history. Gibbons places Page at number 1 because Page represents a total artistic vision. Page's playing on songs like Whole Lotta Lava and Black Dog created some of rock's most famous and enduring riffs. His use of alternate tunings and innovative production techniques changed rock guitar forever. Page recorded guitar parts that functioned as complete compositions rather than mere accompaniment. Gibbons studied Page's production decisions just as carefully as he studied his actual playing. What made Page deserving of the number 1 position was his combination of blues roots with creative innovation. He took traditional blues and transformed it into something much bigger and more expansive. Gibbons said Page showed that blues could become anything you imagined it to be. Page's riffs and tones helped define the entire hard rock sound. His influence on both Gibbons personally and on ZZ Top as a band remains huge and permanent. Page's acoustic work on Stairway to Heaven proved his complete versatility as a musician. His mystical approach to music inspired countless guitarists who followed. Page understood that truly great guitar playing required artistic vision beyond just technical skill alone. Billy Gibbons' list ultimately proves that tone quality, Emotional feel and blues roots matter most in guitar playing. The guitarists he selected created music with genuine soul and authenticity rather than relying solely on technical tricks or flashy displays. Each player on his list brought something unique and irreplaceable to music, whether through innovative techniques, distinctive tones, or deep emotional expression. These artists understood that great guitar playing comes from a combination of technical skill, musical knowledge, emotional honesty, and creative vision. They respected tradition while also pushing boundaries and exploring new possibilities. Gibbons's choices reflect his own values as a musician and his understanding of what makes guitar playing truly memorable and influential. His list serves as both a tribute to his heroes and a guide for understanding what qualities separate good guitarists from truly great ones.